Today's sermon, don't bring the Lord what he didn't ask for. Coming from our scripture of 1 Samuel 15, verse 22. And it reads, But Samuel replied, Does the Lord delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as much as in obeying the Lord? To obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed is better than the fat of rams. Our theme today is obedience over religious performance. Family, let me start with this. Have you ever tried to make up for doing something wrong by doing something extra? You didn't call back, so you sent a long text. You missed the deadline, so you over explain. You messed up at home, so you show up with food instead of an apology. We call it compensation, trying to cover disobedience with effort. And a lot of us do the same thing with God. We don't do what he said, but we still sing, we still shout, we still give, we still serve. And God is looking at all that saying, I didn't ask for that. I asked for obedience. In 1 Samuel 15, God gives King Saul a clear instruction. Destroy everything. Don't keep anything. That wasn't vague. It wasn't confusing. It was very clear. But Saul decides to edit God's command. He keeps the best animals, the valuable things, the stuff that made sense to him. And when Samuel confronts him, Saul says, I saved it to sacrifice to the Lord. In other words, I disobeyed you, but I did it for you. And that's when Samuel drops the line that still hits today. To obey is better than sacrifice. Today I got 4 topics I'd like to share with you. My first topic is partial obedience is still disobedience. See, Saul didn't completely rebel. He just didn't fully obey. He did most of what God said, but God doesn't grade on the curve. See, delayed obedience is still disobedience. Selective obedience is still disobedience. Convenient obedience is still disobedience. We love the part of God's will that fits our lifestyle, but we struggle with the parts that challenge our comfort. God didn't ask Saul to improve the command, he asked him to follow it. My second topic, sacrifice can become a cover up. See, sacrifice looks spiritual. Obedience looks simple. Sacrifice says, look what I gave. Obedience says, look what I surrendered. Some of us are sacrificing time in church, money and offerings, energy in ministry. But God is saying, I don't want your hands lifted if your heart is still resisting. You can serve and still be disobedient. Sing and still be disobedient. Preach and still be disobedient. Activity does not equal alignment. My third topic is obedience reveals trust. Here's the real issue. Obedience is about trust. When Saul disobeyed, what he was really saying was, God, I don't trust your way as much as I trust mine. Every act of obedience says, God, I trust you even when I don't understand you. Obedience is faith in motion. It's saying, I'll forgive even when it hurts. I'll walk away even when it costs me. I'll wait even when I'm tired of waiting. My fourth and final topic is Jesus is the ultimate example. Jesus didn't just teach obedience, he lived it. Philippians 2 says he became obedient unto death, even death on the cross. Jesus didn't offer God a performance. He offered him submission. In the garden, Jesus prayed, not my will, but yours. That's obedience. And because Jesus obeyed, we're forgiven, we're restored, we're free. So in closing, God is not asking, what are you willing to give me? He's asking, what are you willing to obey me in? Is it that relationship he told you to let go? A step he told you to make? A habit he told you to stop? A calling you keep postponing? Don't bring God what he didn't ask for. Bring him what he asked for, because obedience is better than sacrifice. Until the next sermon, blessings, fam.